4 for what? Bubble's gonna give a push. Fell forward, just gonna clear him as he's gonna
Bubbles
try
getting
it.
spun through turn number 3 and 4. Bubbles spinning up the track. He saves it.
And there's Bubbles.
Spring is
Bubble
at the
has a
flat.
flat
Bubble
tire.
has a flat.
He's
Oh, he flips
alone.
over. Bubbles on his side. Caution's out. Just
Takes out a bunch of cars.
His door out the corner. Here comes Carter. Carter with the huge run. Oh my gosh. Carter wins. Spring trying to get the lead apex.
Here's Spring. He's there. Spring. What is happening?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the third race of Season 5 of Bubbles Cup. You are joining us live from Las Vegas, Nevada, and what a beautiful sunset we have here going into the evening. We'll be racing into the night. We see all the cars lined up here. It was Bubble who put it on the pole in qualifying. He scored 10 bonus points with that qualifying performance. Very impressive there from Bubble, over 2/10 faster than the rest of the field. In practice, he set a 34.0 and quite an insane lap. So I am your host, AJJF. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to bring you guys the race today, and I am joined by a very special guest, and that is my fiance, Allie. How are you tonight, Allie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So we're going to have quite a lot of strategy going on here. We've got a quick review of the last race. Last time out in Fontana, we saw a thrilling race with Corey Wilson taking the win. He has the points lead after his second victory. We're going to take a look at the point standings. We've only completed 2 races, but as you know, every single race in this championship matters. So there's a look at the points. Corey with the points lead. Discharge moved up into second with 320 points. Kimmy there in third spot with 312 points. Then you've got PC close behind, 310 points. Carter with 299 points and Beast with 289 points. Most of these drivers are present tonight, so this is set up to be a good race here. Let's go down there. I want to talk a little bit about the strategy for the race. This is probably the most intricate part of the race. Is the strategy, because it's got to be at the forefront of these drivers' minds. With 6 tire sets, you know, everybody's going to be asking, how do you make it last all the way to the end? Last season, season 2, we saw a lot of issues with getting these tires all the way to the end. So we're going to have to see when drivers choose to go into the pits, when they choose to stay out, and we'll keep updates on the strategy. So we're just waiting for them to get going here. We have completed everything here. Allie, while I've got you here, who do you think who's a pick to win the race?
That is a great question. I'm just going to pick anyone other than Michael, but I'm going to say... How about Corey?
Corey, that's a strong pick. The points leader. He won the first 2 races. He's been dominant so far. But as we finally begin pacing, Corey, he is starting back in the 7th spot, I believe. 6th, 7th or 8th right there. So he's a little bit further back there in the 48 machine. Very nice looking car. But yeah, you're right on it. That's a strong pick. I'm gonna say Ford gets it done. He starts right behind Corey in the number 20 car. So I think Ford is going to get that done there. As yeah, we're pacing. We're going to be seeing the green flag here shortly. Since we're on the subject of picks, Allie, who do you think has the best looking car? Which number car?
Let's see. How about 17?
17. Let's see here. Oh, I do like that car. Who is that? Oh, that's Kimmy. All right. So we like Kimmy. We like Kimmy's car. I agree. I think Kimmy has one of the best looking cars out there.
That'd be another good pick for a win. He's a bit of a Bubbles Cup legend. He was in the fight in season 2, finished in the championship that season.
So yeah, another really strong driver. He qualified there in 6th place. So we get the call from race control, GNT. That means green next time. So next time around, we will be seeing the green flag. This time we have another lap of pacing as they're sorting something out of the back straightaway. The number 26 car and the number 17 car there. Taking a little bit of a look further back, we got Stormy in the number 13 car. That's quite a nice looking scheme back there. It looks like Deuce just ahead of him in the 00 car. We've got Blake in the 12 car. That was your race 1 IndyCar winner. Very, very good to see an IndyCar driver in here. Anthony qualified P2. He was the closest to Bubble. Now Bubble has just had unmatched pace here, so we'll have to see what happens. Corey Wilson is probably the strongest contender, but he starts 8th. Anthony Anderson is going to be a good contender as well. They're starting in 2nd. Cut in the number 26 car, he is close there as well. Beast in the number 88 car. That is a very nice looking car for him. Robloxian back there in the number 10 car. PC in the 42, he's bringing up the rear. Who else do we have here? Dim in the number 18 car. And I believe there's only one more I haven't mentioned. Yep, that is Flix, who put it in P3. He finished the IndyCar race a couple laps down earlier today at Phoenix, race which I won. But Flix put it on P3 here for qualifying, so obviously he's got some pace. And it shows you, man, how the level of skill that IndyCar drivers have to finish 2 laps down at IndyCar and come and put it on P3 for NASCAR. That's a testament to how skilled the IndyCar drivers are. We have a full field tonight, a full 14. I believe we had 16 or more qualifiers. I know Marcus is really looking forward to being in this race. He unfortunately qualified 16th. He is out. As we are going to be getting ready to come to the green this time. Getting ready for 200 laps here of Las Vegas. Getting double file, they look pretty clean through the field. Out of turn number 4. Into the restart zone as the leader has gone and the green flag is out here at Las Vegas for the Vegas Discount Nutrition 300. Oh, and we've got a spinner already. That looked like Cut in the 26 car. It was. Can everyone avoid him? Yes, a very nice avoidance there from the number 10 car. It's a single car spin. We're keeping it green so far. Cut is going to save it. Very well done there from Cut as Bubble comes around to lead that first lap, but Anthony Anderson is close, and look who is making a move for 3rd behind. That looks like Corey Wilson in the 48 on the bottom. Yes, it is. Look at that. Corey Wilson going for a big move here early on the inside of 1 and 2. You see some people rolling that high lane. Man, this is packed up further behind. people running a little bit higher. Corey Wilson trying to settle into fourth here. We got 3 wide action right behind this group. Looks like Beast on the inside. There's Kimmy in the 17 car trying to make moves on the bottom. But Corey Wilson up into fourth, just behind Ford. Then it's Anthony in second and Bubble pulling away from the lead. But man, we got to keep our eye on this pack right here. We have a big group with Kimmy, Beast. I see Flicks there going backwards. He started P3. He's moving back. Dim is going to give Kimmy a push here. And now we've got a battle, looks like, for third. Corey Wilson looking for it on Ford. They're running side by side, door to door on the front straightaway. And Ford's going to back out of that. Corey Wilson has third place, so he's gotten that spot back. Going to try to settle in and run after Bubble and Anthony. Looks like I move a little bit further behind there with Beast. Getting shoved up to that outside lane. Still side by side here with Beast and the 00 car. That is Deuce. Deuce is going to back out of it. Beast has that spot. That is for 5th place. They're just ahead of Blake, Kimmy, and Dim. Those guys are trying to recoup a little bit here. But, man, Corey really catching up to Anthony. As Ali, we've completed 5 laps. What are your first impressions of the race so far?
Going a lot quicker than I thought it was going to.
It feels like it's going quick always the first 5 or 10 laps, but then by about lap, I don't know, 45, you're about ready for it to be done. So just doing some quick math here, if we are going to split this 200 laps up into 6 tire sets, that would be 5 pit stops. These drivers would have to make it at least 33 laps. 33 or 34 laps to split that up. So 6 tire sets, 33 or 34 lap stints. You really got to be careful. If you hit the wall, you've got a chance to tire rub. You're rolling your tires down. The way these cars are scripted, you just lose about 4% of your tires, which is really, really not what you want from behind the wheel. We see a little side-by-side action further back. That's Kimmy looking at the inside of Blake in the number 12 car. And that's Deuce in the 00 right behind those two. So they're battling here. Kimmy rolling the bottom, but man, the momentum on the high side. Blake just pulls back ahead. Blake, another driver who finished a IndyCar race a lap down, I believe. And the number 9 Chip Ganassi PNC Bank car. As Deuce is out of the race. Or sorry, is that going to be one reset for Deuce? But yeah, caution is going to come out for Deuce. We saw it right in front of us. Oh, and he gets collected. That looks like PC. I think that had it coming together with him. Yes, it was. PC hit him as Deuce is still spinning down the front straightaway, and he's going to park it almost perfectly to come into the garage. Deuce is going to be on his last car. I misspoke there for a second. I thought it was only 1 reset, or sorry, 0 resets. So I was thinking about IndyCar. Deuce will have 1 more car, but it came together there on the exit of turn 4. Deuce trying to clear himself, come up in front of Kimmy. Kimmy was still there, not clear driver. And he put himself in the wall, and he's on his last car. So, Ali, I want to mention to you that, we have the ability to respawn our cars here, and we essentially are allotted a number of resets we get. So if we're involved in 2 crashes, like, for example, Deuce in the 00 car was just involved in that crash. He had damage to his car. If he gets involved in another crash, he's out of the race.
That makes sense.
So 9 laps have been completed here. Bubble has led all of them. We've seen a couple of comers and goers there. Ford has moved up to the field. Corey has moved up to the field. Those two are what started 8th and 9th. They are now 3rd and 4th. Anthony stayed in 2nd. A couple of drivers have gone backwards big time. Flicks, who started P3, is now running much further back. Kimmy is back there in 8th, Dim in 9th. Obviously Deuce, who was just involved in that crash, he's right at the back tail end of this field. As we got the call, we're going to be coming around for the green flag.
So what are they doing right now?
So when they crash, all the cars slow down, gives them a chance to catch up. Now we're waiting for them to come back around to the front straightaway, because they must do restarts on the front stretch, close to the start-finish line. That way we come to the green, just like at the start, where we're coming to start on that lap. So you see there's the 48, Corey Wilson, he's going to the outside to get double file. Same with Blake in the 12 car, Anthony in the 2 car, Dim in the 18 car, that's your outside lane, that's PC in the 42 up there. Stormy in the 13, and Deuce in the 00. We've still got 14 cars coming to the green flag. As green flag is out, Bubble has stepped on it. It's a bad start for Anthony. Corey Wilson is trying to find somewhere to go back there, and he's going to push that number 2 car. So Corey Wilson giving Anthony a push and going to the outside here early. They're still building up speed in this corner. So a great restart there for Corey Wilson. He's going to be moving up into 3rd pretty easily, ahead of Ford and behind that number 20 car. As Anthony looking at the inside here, looking at the speed, trying to get to Bubble. No, he cannot, and that's going to open the door for Corey Wilson. Anthony gives him the inside, and now we are about to have a dogfight alley. Let me tell you, Bubble the Wonder Boy, that's Michael, and Corey Wilson, these have been the 2 fastest drivers this series has ever seen by a long shot. It is not even close. Bubble right on the bottom, right up against the wall. Corey Wilson keeping momentum on the top. Look at the run the 48 car goes. You gotta spectate Corey Wilson. He has a huge run. Now to 3 and 4. This time they switch. Corey Wilson running a little bit lower on the track. Bubble a little bit higher, but Corey Wilson with momentum. This gap is closing up front. Corey Wilson on the flat part of the track right there, trying to shortcut it as much as possible. Corey Wilson, you see him doing that just a little bit lower than Bubble. He is pushing that number 48 machine, trying to get up there. The rest of the field is mostly single filed up by now after that restart. Much more maintained from the rest of the pack compared to the initial start. There's a bit of a group back there. And a good exit there for Bubble. Corey Wilson staying close, but not quite right there with him. We may see a battle for P3 heat up here soon. It's about 5 tenths between the top 2, as I believe Kimmy going to the inside here. That's Kimmy and Dim. They have been side by side a lot of this race early on. That beautiful number 17 car up the track, giving Dim the space. They're racing clean here. I'm starting to think that outside lane is a little bit preferred here, but it's tough. It makes it really tough to make passes on the inside. As we are side by side for 3rd. I think that was Blake. Yeah, it was Blake going by Anthony. I thought that was Ford. Sorry, Ford is back there side by side with Dim for 4th. As Blake has gone through into 3rd, and Bubble running the bottom in 1 and 2. Corey Wilson is going to get big momentum off the top lane there. Ford fighting back in the pack. Dim on the inside of that number 18 car. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Dim to the inside of Ford. Looking for the move, trying to stay on that quarter panel. And Ford is cleared him, so Dim has to drop back in line. Top 2 have pulled well away, but Bubble clearly has the pace over the field right now. Here comes Kimmy. Kimmy looking for something on that inside lane, trying to find something, but there's just no momentum. I think there's a little bit of contact there off of turn number 2, but Dim has the speed and Kimmy has to drop back in line. Oh, dim in the wall. Here comes Kimmy. Kimmy with momentum. To the inside. Oh, they're being pushed. They're being pushed down on the flat part of the track. That's the apron. Kimmy again on the inside. Is there space to make a move here, though? It's so hard to make a move to the inside. Dim. He's going to try to go for the switchback. Going for the switchback. Here comes Dim. Can he get there? No, he can't. Kimmy is clear. What a great pass as we are side by side for the lead. What has happened up front? Corey Wilson to the inside. He's looking for the lead. Bubble rolling the top. Here comes Bubble. Bubble with big momentum. Looking to the outside. He's got space there. We are side by side at the stripe. That's Corey Wilson leading that lap, beginning lap 18. Bubble still rolling the top. You're going to see him appear in your picture right there. You can hear him. They are flying up front. Corey Wilson trying to get the side draft, but there is nothing going for him right there. These two are duking it out. Corey Wilson, look, later apex, getting all the way to the bottom, throttling up earlier. Here he comes. Here comes the number 48 machine. He's got momentum down the front straightaway once again. Setting up very close to the wall. Going lower. The 48 machine. He's got to run here. Bubbles high and wide. Here it comes Corey. To the inside. We're side by side once again. And he is clear. Out in the lead. New leader, Corey Wilson. These two have gapped the rest of the field. Here comes Bubble with another bit of a run. Can he look for a move? Is he going to go to the inside? Yes, he will. Remember, these two have come to blows before. There's a little bit of contact. Door banging off of turn 2. Corey Wilson pushing him down the track a little bit on exit. We're still side by side going into 3. Bubble sending it on the inside. But Corey's going to have momentum. Look at this. Look at this. Off of 4. Corey Wilson with the momentum. Bubble trying to side draft. Corey Wilson's clear. Clear for the lead again as the 48 car. We're officially 10% into the race after completing lap 20 right there. I'm sure Allie's already starting to understand what I mean about it wanting it to be over already.
I won't reveal my secrets.
Great battle for the lead. Bubble with momentum on the high lane. We were able to see that here from the camera on the front straightaway. Bubble with speed, with momentum. Here he comes, looking to the inside. Is there space there for Bubble? No, there's not. Face to the outside. He's trying to set up that 48 car. Oh, did he get into the back of him? He's way up the track. Bubble is through. I couldn't tell if he got into the back of him or not there in turn 1 and 2, but man, Corey Wilson was way up the track and had to lift. That was rough. Corey Wilson right on the limit there on the exit. On the bottom side here, the 48 car, he still gets really good momentum off the bottom. He's just really able to turn in late and still get the speed in the draft now here. Looks like this high lane is really balanced with the low lane right now. You can run it whichever lane, and I think because of the dirty air, you want to avoid the car that's in front of you. So Corey Wilson catching up to Bubble here. See him back up the corner. Bubble, good momentum there off the top lane. These two are still battling. We're going to take a quick look back through the field. We have got some side-by-side action. That is Kimmy looking on the inside of Blake. Blake trying to roll the top. Can Kimmy clear on the bottom? It is tight. Kimmy has a lift out of it. Blake blows back behind the outside. And look at the gap Blake pulled right away after that. As we got a caution out, what is the caution for? Oh, there's someone spun around on the back looking for who that is. I think that's Robloxian in the 10 car. It is. I didn't see the incident, but looks like Robloxian is going to be on his last car now. As we have another caution due to a wrecked car. So he'll be able to respawn and catch back up. And all of this before the first round of pit stops. Anthony is not happy there with Blake, it looks like. He's went up and rubbed the 12 car. We might have missed something between those two. Anthony was pretty far behind, and I wonder if he got walled there by Blake in the 12 car. So we get the call, we're going green this time, GTT. All right, here we go. Going double file here. Somebody's on the pit lane. That's Dim in the pits as the green flag is out. We are rolling once again. Bubble with a big time jump there from Corey. Blake had a good restart. He's going to have a run towards Corey Wilson. Maybe try to get second place here. As we see a lot of fan out. That looks like Anthony on the bottom. It is Anthony on the bottom of Kimmy. That is looking for fourth spot there. The number 2 car on the inside, 17 on the outside. You see Deuce, the 00, way down. Who's that moving around? That was just 4-3 as we are side by side for the lead. Bubble on the outside. Corey on the inside. Blake just behind. Blake is on the wall. Where does Anthony go? Anthony goes to the inside. Kimmy goes to the outside. Blake is being split left and right here. Cut to the outside. Beastly to the inside. I mean, falling like a rock if you hit the wall on the restart. As that puts Kimmy up into third place. Bubble out in the lead. Corey in second. And we're side by side for fourth. That is Cut and Anthony. Cut gets that spot. Anthony has to drop back in the line. We got Blake there looking for the spot on Anthony. Those two were not happy with each other under caution. That's the battle for fifth. As Ford going through the pits there. Was that a pit stop for Ford? Was that scheduled? You might have missed a pit stop there. That's a little bit early if you're making it through the race. We've already had a couple cautions pitting early. That's not ideal. As I think there's still Dim just sitting on pit road. He may be AFK, some kind of technical difficulty there for Dim. As Bubbles really pulled ahead here. Something might have happened to Corey Wilson. Oh, is that Kimmy up into the wall? I think it was because Cut just made a move for third. And Kimmy is slow. Here comes Anthony Anderson with a huge hit of steam. Caution is out. What is the caution for? I see a car back there. That looks like Stormy. It is Stormy with the front right down. He must have smacked the wall. We have another caution, once again, for a single car incident with damage. It will be on his last car. Dim is finally back on track here. We'll be back up to 14. We get green this time. Once again, the caution period has ended. We are expecting to see pit stops very soon. Ford is the beneficiary there, but I think that pit stop might have been a little bit too early if we're making 6 tire sets last to the end. It's a tough call to make right now. We are going double file though through turn 4, getting ready for the green flag. Coming to the restart zone, on board with Bubble. He has gone. It's another great restart. This time Corey Wilson's a little bit closer. Down into turn 1. Cut had a good restart. Anthony there on the bottom. Here comes Corey Wilson to the inside already. Oh my goodness, we're seeing someone challenge the leader through 1, side by side right here. More shuffling behind the 3 wide. That's Dim who's back in the race. He makes a move on Beast. Side by side for the lead into 3. Oh, Dim sends it into Kimmy. He's going to be pushed up the track into Blake. I think I see a car in the wall back there. Looks like PC going slowly. And that looks like Robloxian in the pits as we're still side by side for the lead. There's another car exiting the pits further up ahead, but we have a huge group here right now. Here comes Ford on fresh tires. Look at the 20 car. A huge group of cars right here. That's Stormy out in front in the 13. He's going to be giving these guys dirty air. Let's see what Ford can do. Dim completely sending it. He's pushing cars up the track. We're 4 wide. 4 wide off of turn number 4. 4 wide for the lead. Right now, advantage goes to Bubble on the outside. Bubble's got the spot. He's in the lead, but he's got to back up the corner. His tires are rolled. Dim and Ford on fresher tires. 3 wide for the lead here now. Dim and Ford on the inside. A huge push to the outside. That push goes to Bubble. Big momentum on the outside lane, but can those cars on fresh tires on the inside do anything? Ford and Dim, you see they pull in the corners, and there they go. That's what they were looking for. Dim is going to get the push here. Bubble look to the outside. He's looking to the inside. He's trying to go 3 wide again. That's an aggressive move, but he cannot get there. He lost his momentum moving that car around back and forth. Look at this group. They are close. That's Stormy just ahead of them. He's already made a pit stop. Dim has fresher tires. He goes by Stormy. Ford is on fresh tires. But I believe he is stuck a lap down. So this battle right here that we're watching should still be the battle for the lead. Yes, it is. Corey Wilson in the lead. Bubble in second. There's 3 lapped cars ahead of him. We're going to keep an eye on this battle for the lead because Corey, Bubble, and Cut, they are all running close together. And man, Cut came out of nowhere. All of a sudden has great pace after that restart. They split Stormy down the back straightaway into turn 3. Bubble trying to make that move work. Corey is into the back of him, gives him a push. Looking for 3 wide, it's not there. That was Kimmy in the pits. Kimmy exiting the pits. He's going to drop behind. He loses his lap for pitting. Still keeping an eye on this main group. Going to try to see when more pit stops are happening. Oh, this is Bubble. This is Bubble signaling that he's coming to the pits, I think. Into 3. Has anybody come with him? No, Corey stays out. Cut stays out. Robloxian's already made his stop. Where's Blake? There's Beast and Blake. Who's that behind him? Anthony came in with him. So we got to keep an eye. There's a ton of cars exiting pit lane right now as well. We have major pit stop battles. A full pit stop cycle going on right now. And it's going to be tough to keep up with it. We are going to do our best here. Got to keep an eye on Corey. All right, Ford had his laps fixed, so I believe he actually is on the lead lap. That actually is your leader now. When do these other drivers come into the pits? Stormy on fresher rubber. Cut stays out again. Bubble exiting the pits. Let's see the blend. Let's see the blend. He's going to blend here with some other drivers. Looks like with Robloxian. The undercut is strong here. There goes Robloxian. Beast is a driver who's already pit. He's ahead of Beast. He's ahead of Stormy. And Anthony is way back there, man. Anthony did not have a great restart. Or sorry, great pit stop. So it looks like Beast and Kimmy, whom Bubble was fighting with, they are out ahead. Who is that in the pits right now? Looks like possibly Blake. Yeah, it's Blake in the pits right now. So there goes Bubble. Blake exiting pit lane. Look, that's a big gap back to Blake, man. Blake is far behind. Anthony goes by. That entire group there, PC, Flicks, Deuce, they go by. Go back to the lead. Here's Corey. Corey in the pits. Cut has yet to make a pit stop. So let's watch the blend. That's Ford. There's Bubble side by side with Robloxian. Down the front straightaway. Look at the power of the undercut. Bubble blows by. Corey just now hits the limiter. He is going to be well behind. Bubble had an amazing pit stop. He must have for Corey to be that far behind. Where is Cut? Cut is out behind. And Ford still running on those fresh tires he has. So who is the main beneficiary through all of this? Cut is still yet to pit, and now he's going to the pits, but he's going to lose a ton, man. He is going to be way, way back behind everybody. I mean, maybe last. So now our battle is going to be Bubble, Beast, and then we've got Kimmy, who just passed for Bloxian, Stormy. Then behind them, you've got Corey and Anthony. So those pit stops really spread people out. But obviously, Ford is your leader right now. There is Cut on the pit lane. Let's see where Cut is going to blend back in with this group. It's going to be way back there, man. It's going to be last. Cut exiting pit lane, and there goes PC, and that'll put Cut right back there at the back. So now, Ford is your leader on an alternate strategy. Some interesting pit stops there. Bubble trying to get his lap back, so Ford actually has the entire field one lap down after pitting, and then that caution came out. But if he wants to make this strategy work, the target lap for the strategy is lap 66, man. You really got to stretch it to make it there. Comes Bubble. Bubble trying to get that lap back. He has much fresher rubber on that number 51 Monster Energy machine. Catching up to the number 20. Gives him a bit of a push. Go to the inside here. Bubble to the inside, and he's got that lap back. So the lap has been retrieved for Bubble. Next up will be Beast, but Beast is in a brawl right now with Dim, and that's holding him up because Dim is a few laps down. Kimmy is going to be brought into this group here. This is effectively the battle for second on that strategy, on the primary strategy with Bubble. Ford are the only one on that alternate strategy. He's trying to go defensive here. Dim is playing a part in this battle. He backs out. He's behind now. So now it's straight up Beast versus Kimmy for P2 on the primary strategy. Kimmy in the 17 car. Go to the inside here. Off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Side by side right here. And Beast is going to let him have it. There goes Kimmy clearing the P2 on that strategy. Great move for the 17 car. And good for his race. Next car behind is going to be Corey Wilson. He's making huge inroads on this group. Corey Wilson is flying right now in that number 48 machine, trying to catch up. And so is Cut, who's making a move. He's already passed Flicks. He's making a move on PC. Bit of the overcut here from Cut, stopping late. It means he has fresher tires for the rest of this stint, and he's putting them to work early on. Great move there from Cut to get by PC. Let's take a look at Anthony. He's going to have fresher tires than Robloxian. Look at the inside here, the number 10 car. Side by side, stuck side by side there for Anthony. Not what he wants at all. Oh, and Dim really slow up ahead. I think he got put in the wall there by Corey Wilson. Anthony kind of fading up the track a little bit. He's going to look to the inside of Dim. He's got it there if he wants it. Yes, he does. Robloxian's forced behind as Anthony is going to get clear right there. So Corey Wilson now right on the back of Kimmy. Look at that. Beast got back by Kimmy, and now Corey Wilson all over him. Kimmy pit early, I believe, and now Corey Wilson has that spot. Kimmy does not fight it. The tire delta is too much. That delta is how many laps later you can stay out, so that when you come into pit, you've got that many laps fresher tires. So Bubble and Corey especially, Corey and Cut, they pit very late. They have much better tires. Not great momentum there for Corey. We're still kind of staying right here between these two. That's Beast up ahead in third. This is fourth and fifth right here. Corey and Kimmy. This is third and fourth on that primary strategy, but Kimmy falls behind that corner. Great corner for Corey. He's catching up to Beast right here. A little bit of action back there. Looks like Stormy side by side with PC, but up here, look at the run. Look at the run. Here comes Corey Wilson ripping the top. Look at the run for the 48 machine. Here he comes. Catching up to the 88 of Beast. This is for P2 on the primary strategy. We've completed 50 laps now. We are a quarter of the way through this race. Corey trying to roll the top. Beast trying to clear himself up. He is clear. There's a big push there off of turn 2. But we keep it clean so far. Great battle brewing here between these two drivers. Remember, Corey Wilson, your points leader, and on fresher rubber right here. Look at the inside. He's going to use him up. He's going to use him up there on the exit. Beast with momentum, though. He's going to get clear. Nose to tail, down the front straightaway and into turn 1. Here we go. Corey Wilson just pokes to the outside. Look at the fresh tires doing their work. He just has more mechanical grip on the high side, more momentum. He gets that move done. That is P2 on the primary strategy, but the gap to Bubble is huge. That's P3 on track. Forward on that alternate strategy. Got that pit in before the caution. We're yet to see how that's going to work out for him. We've got about 13 more laps until the next pit window is available. Call about 10 laps until we see maybe some undercut opportunities. But those cars that extended last time, they'll be able to just keep extending further and further. Every single stint, their tire delta is going to get more and more. The likes of Corey, the likes of Cut. How's his charge through the field coming? He's ahead of PC. He's behind Deuce. And that's Dim a few laps down ahead of him. Cut has much fresher tires than those around him. Assuming he's kept it clean and out of the wall, he had great pace. Yeah, look at that. Look at that crossover move on Dim. Dim is a couple laps down, but he's been racing hard nonetheless. Cut gets that spot. He's going to set his eyes forward. That's Blake and Deuce and Robloxian. That's the group. Forward being caught by Corey on that alternate strategy. Corey Wilson go to the outside here, looking for the move. Ooh, a little bit of fade up there from forward. Corey ripping the top. Corey Wilson gets his lap back. Beast and Kimmy are going to be looking to do the same here shortly. Oh, here a car on the pit lane. Oh, that is Stormy stopped there. He might have had to respawn his car. I thought I saw the spectate move a little bit. As we're going to jump right back into the action. That's Beast trying to close in on Ford here. Trying to get his lap back. Those pressure tires looking to the inside here. Use them up on the exit. Ford is tight. Oh, and Ford chops across his nose. Oh man, that is killer. I gotta say, Bubbles run about 9-10 seconds. 9-10 seconds ahead. Here comes Beast again, the inside. Trying to clear up, that was sketchy off of 4. Contact between the two. Kibby trying to take advantage to take away P3 on the strategy. So they're both going to clear forward, barely. Oh my goodness, sketchy again. I mean, door to door, Ford coming back at Beast here off of 2. He's not making it easy on him. With momentum, he's trying to fight him on the alternate strategy. These are still his competitors. Beast in the wall, big time. That is killer. That is absolutely killer to his momentum. As Ford and Kimmy going side by side now. Ford on the alternate strategy, but still fighting hard. That gave Anthony a spot because of Beast in the wall. And now Ford is in the dirty air and up the track, and Kimmy is going to be clear and away in the 17 car. That's P3 on the primary strategy for Kimmy. Anthony's 4th on that strategy. Beast is 5th. And then it's Ford, the lone wolf on this alternate strategy. Pit before the caution. See a little bit of side by side back there. Yeah, that's Robloxian and PC. They're fighting for P10. Points on the table here. Deuce is also fighting with these guys. Blake managed to get past all of them. Oh, that's Robloxian on the wall big time. That is killer for him, man. Getting close to that pit window opening up. Corey might have touched the wall there. That was close. It's hard to tell without seeing the speed. Now Anthony. Anthony looking forward on Ford. We're just going to take turns. Anthony says it's my turn to get my lap back. Oh, Ford up the track, in the wall for Ford. In the wall big time for Ford. That is not good for his strategy. Ford on the back straightaway. Bubble entering turn 1. Oh my goodness, Bubble might make it up on pace. This strategy difference. Here comes Beast to the inside. I mean, such is the pace of Bubble. Look, he's 15 seconds back. Corey, another 32 seconds back. That's Robloxian on pit lane. That's early. So we're seeing the first pit stops here. Robloxian in the 10 car is the first to bite and come into the pits. Beast ahead of Ford there. So he gets that lap back. Cut way down on the back straightaway. Is he coming to the pits? That'd be an early pit stop considering he was the last person to pit last time. Watching the 26 car here. No, I might have been lagging. There might have been some lag there for Cut in the 26. He did clear that group of Deuce and Blake and PC. They're still fighting for P9. Oh man, Ford right there in 1 and 2, and Bubble on the front straightaway. He's lapped Dim, Flicks, and Stormy again. That is our Bloxian right there. Oh, what happened to Kimmy? Anthony's ahead of Kimmy now. So this is a battle for P3 right now on this alternate strategy. Is that Ford in the pits? Yes, Ford is bit. He's in the pits. It's a little bit on the early side again. So there goes Bubble. That is Bubble for the lead. Bubble takes the lead now. Ford clean in his box. We're going to have to see how this works out with strategy. We've got a battle to keep up with. Anthony clear of Kimmy. Kimmy with an earlier stop. I think those tires are wearing. You can see how tight he is off the 4. Someone else is in the pits too. That's Stormy. He was already a couple laps down. Ford exiting pit lane right there. He's going to be in a little bit of traffic. Looks like he'll be behind Beast. Probably about equal with Cut back there. When does the leader come? When does the leader come to the pits? That's Bubble. Bubble through 2. On the back straightaway. He looks calm right now. You can see across the track there. Ford was ahead of Cut. Bubble's gonna stay out one more. Stay out one more, says Bubble on the 51 team. Ford now, it's his time to shine. He's on fresh tires. Side by side back there, that was PC and Robloxian. Robloxian on fresher tires. He's already made that pit stop. That goes Ford to the inside of Beast. We begin lap 66. That is 1/3 of the way through the race, and when these drivers should be making their second pit stop. This is the target lap. Bubble goes on by. Who is that? That's PC coming in on lap 66. Is anybody else gonna bite? That's Bubble going by Deuce. The lapped car gets that move done quickly, efficiently, cleanly. Where is Corey? Just now coming to turn 4. And then you've got Anthony behind and Kimmy behind him. I'm surprised we're not seeing a couple more drivers coming to the pits right here. Only PC so far. What does Bubble do? Bubble gonna keep going. Bubble's keeping it going, staying out so far. Keeping an eye on Ford here, trying to go get a couple spots back right here. This is 4 position technically on track. Different strategies, but it is still 4 position as he's catching up to Kimmy. That'll be 3rd place. This has been a great race so far. Look at the speed difference there from Ford to Kimmy. Just rolls more speed, turns left down to the inside, and gets the move done. Still yet to see more pit stops. There is someone that looks like possibly Deuce in the pits. It is Deuce in the 00 down in the pits. Who is that coming in? That might have been Beast. Yes, Beast is in the pits. So that's one of the first kind of front runners in the top 5 there. That's one of the first ones to come into the pits. Bubble through 1 and 2. Clear of Deuce. Where is Ford? Ford in 3 and 4 right now. As that is Anthony coming into the pits. Does Kimmy follow? Yes, he does. So we're going to have a little bit of a pit stop battle here. Kimmy closing in on the entry big time. Who else is coming in? That's Cut behind coming into the pits. Kimmy is in. Cut is in. There goes Bubble, putting these guys a lap down already, and they're not even getting in their boxes. Anthony goes all the way down here, close to the end. What's Corey doing? Corey stays out one more lap. He's going to lap these guys. Kimmy is out of the pits. Let's watch this battle on pit lane. Kimmy coming down pit lane. When is Anthony out? Anthony's out now. So these two are going to get going. There goes Ford. So that is actually Ford lapping them again. So they are now a lap down to Ford. That will put Ford up into 3rd place now. Behind Corey and behind Bubble. Bubble stays out on another lap. He is really extending. He can't afford to. He's got the pace. Corey stays out again. Ford up in third place. Sorry, second place. Did Corey already pit? Yes, Corey has already pit. Oh, I completely missed the pit stop from Corey then. Because he must be going for some different kind of strategy here. There's Anthony. There's Kimmy. Anthony keeping that gap over Kimmy. Who was that pitting? Was that Blake? Blake into the pits. He was a lap down the bubble there. I want to watch Corey, man. He's going to be pushing, trying to close the gap down the bubble. Big undercut opportunity here for the 48 driver. He's in the dirty air flicks, but he is flying right now. Trying to close that huge gap that Bubbles gained. Bubbles stays out another lap. I mean, the target lap was about 67, 66, so 74 is really extending the stint. We got something crazy going on up there. Looks like Deuce and Bubble and Dim, we're going 3 wide, 2 lapped cars. Bubble, your leader, getting caught up in lap traffic. That is exactly what Corey Wilson is going to want to hear. Ripping the top back there in 1 and 2, trying to catch up, trying to close down this deficit that Bubble has built up. You can see Bubble on old tires getting passed left and right by lapped cars. That's what the cause was. Lapped cars being faster than the leader on new tires. Corey Wilson catching up quickly as well. That's a battle right there. That's Kimmy on the inside of Anthony. This is for position. Anthony gets that spot back on the outside lane. Now cuts down low. They are ahead of Beast. So I believe this is the battle for P3 on that primary strategy with Bubble and Corey. I have no idea how that strategy is going to work out with Ford. You can see Ford just ahead of him right there. Has them both a lap down. Bubble still out there. Corey Wilson, he's already made his stop. He's gotten past Flicks. Ford has already made his stop. Going back, here comes Kimmy, looking to the outside of Anthony. Anthony coming up to block. Oh, there's contact. He puts him in the wall. And my goodness, they've come together on the front straightaway. Anthony stops to let him go. They lost so much speed. Who's catching up behind? It's Beast. Beast is going to be catching up so quickly to these two. They just completely messed it up. Miscommunication between the drivers on the front straightaway. And now Beast has been brought right back into this race here for P3. P4 on track, P3 on that strategy. More contact behind. That looks like Cut trying to get around PC. Cut is also on this strategy. They're going to bring Cut back into the fray here. Cut had great pace in that first stint here. Bubble into the pits. Finally, Bubble into the pits. There's Corey. Corey Wilson made huge inroads. He may pass Bubble on the strategy. We're going to see after the pit stops. So there's Kimmy, Anthony, Beast, and Cut. Those are your next ones. That is Bubble on pit lane. Where is Ford? Ford has already passed Bubble back. That may be Ford getting a lap back there. No, that would have been Ford taking the lead there. So there's Bubble on pit exit. Here comes Corey Wilson, a big head of steam, watching the battle here, watching the battle between these two. Where is Bubble? Bubble's way out there. Where is he? Oh, Bubble is clear out in front, even with staying out to lap 79. Bubble is good. He'll be getting up to speed after this corner. Corey Wilson will gain, but Bubble's on fresh tires, man. There's not a thing Corey can do about that. And Bubble still out ahead. That is insane from Bubble. 25 seconds behind Ford on the alternate strategy. Corey Wilson's right there, looking behind. Kimmy just out exiting 4. Then it's Anthony all over the back of him. Again, these two came together just a couple laps ago. Battle for P4 on track as Robloxian's into the pits again. Ooh, Anthony looking to the inside. There's nothing going for him there. Kimmy's going to hold on to that spot. Anthony really needs to be able to build up that momentum behind. Beast is closing in on these two as well. As here comes Anthony. Anthony closing in off of two. Look at the momentum for the number 2 car. Anthony Anderson trying to get to the back of Kimmy. Oh, what happened to Anthony? He slammed on the brakes right there. Did he hit a wall bang on the entry? Or is that just what you have to do to run the inside? That was weird looking on board from Kimmy. Really not sure what happened there. That was wild. But they spread back out again. Ford has already crossed the line. Checking on the gap once Bubble gets there. Two different strategies. We really have no idea how these are going to play out right now. And let's see that gap. It is 21 seconds. So Bubble is catching Ford at a very quick pace. Checking back in on the battle. Cut. Catching up to Beast here. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Sorry, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is this group right here. They're all a lap down to Bubble. Bubble is just completely decimated the rest of the field on the strategy. Got Anthony with a run right there. Closing up to the back of the number 17 car again. We've seen that a couple of times this race. Anthony and Kimmy have just been stuck next to each other a lot of this race. Is there a move here for the number 2 car? That was PC in the back, big into the wall. Anthony right in the wheel tracks of Kimmy, trying to do something about that number 17 car and trying to do something about that 4th spot on track, 3rd spot in the strategy behind Bubble and Corey. But at this point, they've lost so much time. Even Ford on the alternate strategy is probably going to be ahead of these guys, even if that strategy does not work out. Bubble's gaining about a second a lap here against Ford. Great pace for him. Corey is gaining about, I know, not much less than Bubble is. Here we go. Looking to set up a move. The number 2 car off of turn number 4. He's got momentum this time. Does he have something for the 17? All over the back of him. Oh, and some bumps there on the apron. Now he looks to the inside. Does he have something for him? Kimmy trying to roll momentum up the top. Seeing him pull it back, and it slingshots off the corner, coming down the hill with a lot of speed. Kimmy's keeping that spot. Looks like Flicks and Stormy up there. That is Ford up ahead who's cleared both those two. We're still watching the battle for P4 on track. Kimmy and Anthony. Both, sorry, they're a lap down to 4th, that is, not 4th. Anthony Stormy setting up this late apex here. Up turn number 2. Really didn't get a lot of speed out of it though. Beast is close behind here. Looking back at the number 88 machine. Anthony right on the bottom. Beast in the middle. Cut running the higher lane. We've got all the different lanes in use right here. Here comes momentum. Momentum for the number 88 car. Oh, he hit the clip on the front straightaway. Oh, I thought he was gone for a second. Now Beast running lower. Getting speed, getting momentum. Here comes Beast in the number 88 machine. Looking for the spot. Does he have it? We're side by side. Beast to the inside. They are stuck behind Flix. Flix coming to the pits right in front of Beast. Oh my goodness, that was close. Beast loses the momentum and Anthony clears him, but Flix is coming to the pits right in front of Beast. No, he is not happy about that. I would have loved to hear what Beast was saying on the radio right then. Oh my goodness, that is scary. As Stormy in the way a little bit. Comes Kimmy. Kimmy gets that spot. Where can Anthony go to get around him? This big group of cars still. Bubbles closed the gap down to 14 seconds. Just 14 seconds between Ford and Bubble. Anthony the outside gets getting rubbed a little bit there. Oh, big contact there between Beast and Stormy. These faster cars trying to work their way around. Oh, more contact with Cut. All these cars are trying to keep their momentum. As Flix out of the pit lane. Out of the pit lane for Flix there in the 43 car. Beast on the bottom. Big momentum. Looking for it against Anthony. There's nothing there. Anthony has him covered. But all 4 cars, nose to tail, running really close. There's Bubble behind them. On much fresher tires. So he's actually looking to come around and lap them here soon. Now 12 seconds. Oh my gosh, Bubble's catching Ford so fast. But between Ford and Bubble is this group. Stormy goes into the pits. Someone else coming out of the pits, I believe. That's PC in the pits right there. We're still watching this group of 4. This is P4, P5, P6, and P7 on track. Kimmy up into the wall, and he's lost everything. Flix goes by on fresh tires. Everybody passes Kimmy. He drops to the back as Beast takes P4 away. That's Dim on pit lane. There's Stormy exiting pit lane. Ford still ahead, Bubble still behind. Those are the key players right now. Where's Corey in a race on his own? Corey Wilson, we're used to seeing this out of him when he's in the lead, but kind of stuck playing 3rd place right now. So we got the big battle between Bubble and Ford. If Ford's strategy does not work, I think Corey's kind of might be the only one that can take advantage and steal P2. But right now, Bubble just has something for everybody, man. As we're still battling. Back to the battle. Anthony trying to get Beast here. Flix, he's going to play a role. He's lapped, but he's got brand new fresh tires to the outside of Anthony. Sketchy stuff. And did Kimmy come into the pits? Yes, Kimmy's into the pits. And now he's a lap down to Bubble, but he makes that pit stop a little early. You want to make this pit stop around lap 100. This should be your 3rd pit stop. Halfway point. So Kimmy trying to do some undercut stuff here. Ford clean out front. Beast getting passed by Flix, but that's not a big deal. Flix on fresh tires. Same with Stormy catching up to Cut here. On board with the number 13 car. That's Kimmy going out of the pits. And he's definitely a lap down to these guys. We'll need to go 2 laps down to Bubble. He shouldn't. Yeah, he's gonna keep that spot. There's only 1 lap down to Bubble, and he'll have fresh tires. He'll pull back away and try to work through this group. But that's tough, man. Pitting from the group, and then coming out of the pits right back into the dirty air of the group you're in. Cut into the wall big time. He is tight. Kimmy has a lot of grip. Here comes Kimmy. Bubble still gaining. What's the gap? 6 seconds between Ford and Bubble. Bubble is absolutely flying in the 51. I want to see the gap to Corey, but Corey is yet to cross the line. Is Corey in the pits? No. Now he crosses 23 seconds back. So Corey's inroads have stopped due to that strong undercut he was going for against Bubble. Bubble with the overcut, the big tire delta, he's gonna put Cut a lap down on the same strategy. Cut has gone a lap down to Bubble. And that looks like Kimmy trying to get a move against Stormy. He's got that. That is not for position. Stormy's a couple laps down from these guys. There, you can see him. Bubble can see forward. If you look at Bubble here on the straightaways, you see Flicks up there, and they're exiting turn 4. Flicks fighting to get a lap back from forward. You can see forward just crossing the start-finish line now. So Bubble's going to see him. He now has a visual on that number 20 car. 4.6 seconds ahead. Bubble is closing so quick. They've almost evened it out. Bubble's almost gained a full lap against Ford after that strategy difference early on. Stormy in the wall big time. He's going to go low. Bubble is going to get that spot on the high side. Now it is only 4 seconds, but Bubble has 3 cars between the two of them, and 3 pretty quick cars. Kimmy, for example, on fresh tires. 3.1 seconds. He gained 1.5 seconds that lap. Coming to the outside of Anthony. Oh man, that is picture perfect, clean. Picture perfect clean from Bubble. He's got that spot, taking it off the hands of Anthony. Now looking for the same thing against Beast. Where can he go against Beast? Now he's going to the low side. Looking for it. Beast is high. Bubble just has more speed, more raw pace. Gets it done. Let's check the gaps. Checks the gaps at the line. 2.2. Another 9/10 of a second for Bubble. Beast is trying to fight Bubble for some reason, but there's like no hope. There's actually no hope against him. He gets hit by Stormy. They're trying to kill Bubble, but it doesn't work. Bubble is too good for that. There's Ford. Ford is right there. Oh my gosh, Ford is getting passed by Kimmy. We're about to see a pass on 2 different strategies. Fourth lead. Bubble chasing him down. Here he comes. This has been brewing for a while now. 1.1 seconds to gap. I don't think it's going to be much of a battle, but it has been the tone of this race. Here he comes. Here comes Bubble. Looking for it. Looking for the move. All over the back of Ford. He's got more raw pace. He's got more mechanical grip in those tires. He qualified way ahead of him. Here they come into turn 1. For the lead here on lap 102 out of 200. Bubble still just sitting behind. Trying to find the right spot. Trying to find the right spot to do it. Here comes Stormy with a huge head of steam. Stormy is flying back there. I think Bubble was kind of lifting out of it. Bubble reined it back a little bit to try to make this a clean pass against Ford. Here he goes. Now he's to the inside. Now's the chance for the move. Side by side, down the front straightaway. Stormy looking for something. He's gonna push forward here. Bubble cannot clear up just yet. Down on the inside. Stormy into the corner panel forward just a little bit, but that is Bubble's spot. Bubble has the lead. He has the tires. He is clear. The number 51 machine is retaking the lead here at Las Vegas. Oh, and that was it for Ford. He's calling it into the pits right there. With that right there, he is into the pits. So we've seen a couple more pit stops. Blake is stayed out so far. Beast has come to the pits. Is that Blake coming to the pits right now? Yes, it is. So that's Blake coming to the pits. Oh, he blew a tire. Blake was pushing it, man. Blake blew a tire coming into the pits. He's got to get it to a pit stall immediately. He passed about 5 of them before he started. Gets into the 5th pit stall. He's going to make it no caution for that. Oh my goodness. Corey's still out here. Beast ahead of Cut, Robloxian and PC fighting. Here comes Ford out of the pits. That's Anthony slow ahead right there, I think. Oh, there's contact between Anthony and Ford. Here comes Beast. Beast looking for a move. This is getting exciting right here. They slowed each other up. Ford will be on fresh tires, but he's in a huge gaggle of cars right now. Beast clear up, barely off of turn 4. He takes it away from him. So all of these guys, everybody's a lap down to Bubble. Everybody is a lap down to Bubble. Ford is in second, a lap down to Bubble. These guys are all 2 laps down to Bubble. As we're about to go 3 wide, Anthony stays clear, barely. They're catching up to Stormy. Huge gaggle of cars. Some of them 2 laps down, one of them 1 lap down. Stormy, I'm not sure how many laps down he is. He's running in 14th there. 5 laps down in the last position. But man, they're still fighting. They're still fighting like it's for the win on the last lap. Ford is cleared out ahead of this group. He's going to try to go get that lap back from Bubble so that when Bubble pits, Ford can retake the lead. We might be seeing a straight up battle here now. As when Bubble pits, he'll probably come out back behind Ford. He'll have to chase him down again. We might get a yo-yo effect. This might come down to the line here, ladies and gentlemen, right at the end. Anthony's in the wall back there. Anthony in the 2 car. Is that just going to be him coming to the pits? No, he stays out. If I'm Anthony, that probably would have been a good time to come. One thing I didn't really mention, if some of these drivers can extend, you know, if they can make it 40 laps instead of 33. I think we've seen some drivers do 40 lap stints or longer. We may be looking at 1 more stop instead of 2 more stops. I mean, if they make it to lap, 120, hit 1 more time on 160 and bring it home, that would save a pit stop. You'd also have fresh tires. If you get to the end, you see you don't really have a chance. You can, if you're managed to pit without losing a lap, I don't think that would be possible actually. I was gonna say you might could have some for a restart, but pits don't open under caution, and anytime you pit, you lose a lap. So there's really no point in saving a set. But it may just be quicker to save a pit stop. That's tight with Flicks. Bubble got held up there by the 43 car in the wall. That is going to help Ford. Ford charging back. This is going to be an important pass for Ford to make. He's got to clear Flicks quickly, and he's got to catch back up and unlap himself from Bubble. Look at the outside of Flicks. Is there room to negotiate some racing room? Yes, there is. Oh, Flicks comes up a little bit. Now he comes back down. Ford has got that spot. So here we are, battle between first and second, but separated by a lap. Ford pulling the high lane, fresh tires. Ford getting the speed off of the corner, down the hill, looking at the back of that white Monster Energy car. Bubble goes to the bottom this time. Ford pulling the top. Look at the speed difference right there in the center of the corner, as Ford is going to get it done around the outside. Very nice move there from Ford. And he will earn his lap back the hard way on the strategy. But now, when Bubble pits, Ford will be back in the lead. Beast fighting. He made a pit stop. So he should be back to 2 laps down now to Bubble, I believe. Kind of tough to keep up with everybody who's laps down, who's not laps down, who's made all their pit stops. Oh, Beast should go back to 1 lap down. So Ford is on the lead lap, Beast is 1 lap down. And Cut trying to do the same thing there. No more pit stops thus far. Kimmy out on his own right now. He was in a battle kind of with Anthony here. Anthony working his way through lap traffic. That's Stormy. Stormy in P14 riding around. Gonna collect some points here. So Bubble really extended last time. He was pit close to lap 75. Really, really late pit stop there. Like I said, if I see these guys, if I see Bubble makes it to 120, I'd expect only one more pit stop out of him. What's Corey doing? Man, Corey has had a lonely race today. He's had a good race. He's been strong. Just sitting there easily in P3. Only one who's been even close to staying with Bubble. And one lap down to Bubble. But still, just on his own. I mean, Beast behind is... How far back is Beast from him? Beast is half a lap behind, probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. And then Ford is about half a lap ahead. So these are the two cars around Corey right here. That's Ford. Ford with a move on dim. That is the car ahead of Corey in second place. This is the car behind Corey in fourth place. Corey is on the other side of the track. So Corey is had a very lonely race today. And it can be kind of tough to keep up with all these little nuances of the race, especially in long, drawn-out green flag pit stops. But we're keeping up with it here in Kimmy Speed World. Kimmy himself running fourth right now. He's ahead of Beast. Sorry, I messed up the strategy there a little bit. It's got a good little gap here ahead of Beast and Ford, but still about half a lap behind Corey Wilson just across the start-finish line. I'd say quarter of a lap behind. I'm gonna say he's about 13, 14 seconds behind Corey as there's some sliding marks. This caution is out for Flicks. This could throw a huge wrench in the plans. Ford had just got his lap back. Bubble's gonna have to pit again. Ford just got a free pit stop. We know Bubble has to pit twice more. Ford might can pit once more. It's gonna be tough though, but this is just a flip the race upside down. Flicks brings out the caution and the entire race strategy just changed. What do you do? I mean, we've got drivers 2 laps down, multiple laps down. Ford crucially had gotten his lap back. Look, 22 seconds down for Ford. Everyone else is going to be trapped a lap down. Ford gets a free pit stop. We're down to essentially a 1v1 duel between Bubble and Ford. And Ford, another lucky yellow, puts it back ahead. I mean, I cannot believe this. That is the risk you take, though. I said lucky, but by extending with the risk you take is that a caution comes out. We talk about it all the time. If you stay out late and a caution comes out, you're stuck. Cars behind will get free pit stops. They'll come unlap themselves, they'll get a free pit stop. Filtering all the cars by just 1 lap down. Kimmy is going to be another beneficiary of that. So is Cut. Kimmy and Cut, they're going to be ahead of Beast and Anthony. Anthony's stuck 2 laps down because of that. Up for Anthony, but he would kind of strong qualifying position. Qualified second, looking good. Getting everybody sorted back up. I assume that should be Flex on his last car. what's happening here at the laps. It says we've got everybody's on the lead lap. It's all just completely kind of crazy bonkers. Race control has announced that everybody will be on the lead lap. And the race is just completely flipped on its head. We might as well just be restarting the race right now. This is crazy. Crazy after such a long green flag run. The caution comes out for flicks and the strategy is just upside down. I expected Bubble to be coming into the pits, you know, in the next couple of laps. I'm sure his tires are low. Can't see him. No green this time though. We still have all 14 cars. No one has disconnected. No one has left. That's a big break for some of the cars at the back. Dim, who was AFK earlier. What is Corey doing? Corey looking like Anthony Anderson or pacing right now. He slams to the back of the board. What are we doing? Here we go. Going double file. It's been a while since we had a restart, but things just got interesting. Waiting on Robloxian to go up high. It's Robloxian who needs to go up high. Dim is just passing him for no reason. And we still get the green flag. Bubble is gone. Ford just behind. Ford is on brand new tires. Corey and Kimmy are going to be fighting. Looking back for Bubble. Here comes Ford on those brand new tires. He's going to have that spot pretty easily. Can Corey make up ground here? Side by side right in front of him. Oh, he's sending it to the inside right here. Oh, he has to check up big time. Here comes Cud. Cud around the outside. Cud with one of the best moves I've seen as people come into the pits. Oh my gosh, Ford in the pits. Bubbles in the pits. Corey's in the pits. Group of 3 all pitting right here. I didn't even realize what was happening. They all checked up so much. Cut send it around the outside while they all pit to take the lead. Now he's in a battle. We got to keep an eye on these pit stops. This Robloxian crashes into the pits. There's a caution out with cars in the pits. And now these cars are going to have a huge advantage because they just got a free pit stop. Corey wasn't spinning out in the grass by himself in the pit lane. What was that? Oh, Ford is out ahead. So it's going to be Ford, then Bubble, then Corey. Robloxian is out of the race with that. We're down to 13. Stormy gets away big. Flex gets away big. Everybody who just got a free pit stop. They're looking at one more pit stop to go to the end, and then everybody else who's not the 5 cars we're looking at here, they are going to have to pit 2 more times at least. Wow. Alright, we get the call for green this time. We're about to see something crazy on this restart. So the top 8 are on old tires. Going double file. Here we go. Coming to the green flag. Cut. Leading the field to green. He's gone. He goes really early. Green flag is out. Kimmy is slow. That's Blake, I think, making a big move on the outside. Yes, he is. We've got Dim looking for full wide on the inside right here. Is there anything he can do? He's coming up the track. Oh man, this is not looking good for Dim. All of those cars getting punched up and pushed up. They stay off the wall. Where can Bubble go? Can Bubble go 5 wide? No, we can't. Here comes Corey Wilson. Oh, he's gonna spin. We got a spinner. That's Dim. That's Dim sliding down the track. Beast slides down. Kimmy gets spun. Up into the wall. Dim into the wall. No damage so far. Cut. Trying to go to the pits. Cut does go to the pits. Anthony goes to the pits. Diddy Speed flicks is spinning out. Dim is still going backwards. Dim is driving that thing. He's driving that thing good. Down into turn 1. He's sliding up the track. And oh no! Damage for Dim. Caution out. And those cars that just pit. Oh, big crash up ahead. Who is that? Is that Stormy? Yes, Stormy. Oh, shoot! For Stormy and Produce. Kimmy's spinning. Blake is spinning. Everybody's crashed. Oh my goodness, Beast is clipped. There's tires flying through everywhere. Everybody's crashed. Stop the race. Stop the race. Everybody crashed. We gotta stop. Oh my goodness. Red flag is out. We've gotta stop. Cars stopped. There's cars crashed everywhere. A tire just rolled and hit Bubble while he stopped. Oh my goodness. What just happened? Cars spinning into the pits, cars spinning off of turn 2, cars full throttling into the crash. Stop the race. Deuce is DNF'd. We're trying to sort out. It was still here. Stormy's gonna be DNF'd. Dim will be on his last car. I think Stormy should be DNF'd. He had damage earlier. Yeah, Stormy's DNF'd. Dim should be on his last car. Blake, I believe, will be on his last car. Waiting on race control to make those calls. Man, we just lost a lot of drivers. That was crazy. Yeah, no doubt we had a red flag there to sort out who is where. I mean, Beast was involved. He got away with no damage. I mean, there were cars wrecking everywhere. Blake and Dim are on their last car. I wonder whose tire is up there. Oh my goodness. I think it was Blake. Blake has a tire out of turn 3. That tire rolled all the way around into turn 4. It was sitting on the tire wall right there. And I knew this race was too calm. I knew this race was too calm. We needed something crazy to just jump in there. Oh my goodness. Flick's also on his last car here. I want to see if I can try to pull up a replay here after that. This calamity. See if we can get a replay pulled together here. Oh, I don't believe I will be able to, unfortunately, actually. I'm doing my best here, guys. Here we go. Looking at the replay here, you see them 4 wide off of turn number 2. Bubble tried to get 5. Corey had momentum. Dim ended up sliding through 3. Beast comes down kind of for no reason. I'm not sure what's happening. Kimmy gets spun. Dim is riding backwards. Multiple people go to the pits. Flick spins out. Anthony, I think, sped in the pit lane. Dim drives it backwards into the wall and wrecks. I'm watching him with damage. Somebody gets put in the wall up ahead. That was Stormy. Stormy cleared himself up ahead. Kimmy gets spun out. Blake gets spun. Deuce hits the wall. Beast comes in and hits Kimmy. Somehow they didn't get damaged right there. That was incredibly lucky for those two. And then we had to red flag the race because it was just too ridiculous. So that was our replay brought to you by Gimme Speed World. Jumping back in, we've got green next time going from race control. We've begun pacing once again here. As that was hectic. That was crazy. Wow, that was absolute insanity there. I just cannot believe what was going on there. So with that, we are now going to be down to 11 drivers, I believe. Yep, 11 drivers. Should be seeing 1 to go right here, 1 to go this time to the green flag, 1 to go. Scrolling through, I believe everyone should be on the lead lap. That's Corey, Ford, Bubble, Beast, Cut, Flicks, Kimmy, PC, Anthony, and that is Blake and Dim back there, both involved in the crash and have to be on their last car. I'd say the big lucky ones out of that were Kimmy and Beast not getting any damage. That was crazy. Cars out now are Deuce finished with P12, Stormy with P13, or Bloxy and spot for an earlier crash P14. So we've lost 3, we've still got 11. This race has had it all, man. Green flag pit stops, laps of strategy, 1 car on the lead lap, lap to the field, big crash. Now we've got another restart. Some of those drivers made pit stops. Cut, I think, was able to get his stop done. Anthony might have gotten his stop done. Or someone else, it might have been PC, who I think also got that pit stop done. They might be good for 1 more stop, along with his top 3. So, we're gonna see what happens here. Everybody's just about equalized. I don't know if anyone's still stuck in a bad spot. Maybe Beast is stuck in a bad spot here. It's really hard to know who's on what tire, how many tire sets are left, what strategy they're on. But I think they're on their 4th tire sets. And they've got 1 more stop. So here we go then, coming to the green. And Corey has gone. Corey has gone. Green flag is back out, waving in the air. Green flag in the air. Corey is in the lead. It was a bad restart for Beast. We're going 4 wide again already. Kimmy gets through on the inside. Cut in the middle. Flicks up high. Flicks, after losing a car, he is already making moves. Beast is, I think Beast is the one that's in a rough spot. He's dropping like a rock straight to the back of the field. It is Corey leading from forward from Bubble. Bubble looking for a move here. Go to the outside. Ford leads him to space. We're side by side into 3. This is what Corey Wilson wants to see. Flicks is sending it. So is PC. Bubble with the switchback move on Ford. Side by side down the front straightaway. Bubble on the inside. Ford on the outside. That's Corey in the lead. Then those two. Then Flicks in 4th, who just wrecked. And Bubble on the inside, he's clear up and he has got second spot. Bubble in second, gonna take off after Corey Wilson. And yeah, there were some pit stops there. That was Cut coming in. He didn't get that pit stop. Kimmy's in. Beast is in. That looks like Blake up there in the pits as well. So all of these guys, they need a caution. They need to get lucky. Here comes the field. They're all going to be a lap down. Every single one of them is a lap down in the entire field right here. Cut may be ahead of Dim. But save for Cut ahead of Dim. It's looking like, okay, everybody's going to be ahead of Dim because he just completely knocked down the wall, killed it. But back up front, we got a battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle on our hands. Here comes Bubble the Wonder Boy, trying to make a move to the inside here of Corey Wilson. Backs up that corner a little bit. He has to slam on the brakes in the middle of the apex. He had way too much speed going in. PC bounces off the wall. Ford is catching up. Ford with big moments slams into the back of Bubble. They are trying to work together right now to stay there and catch up to Corey Wilson. And the cautions just turn this race on its head. PC is now running 4th, Flicks in 5th, I believe. Bubble looked like he had this thing won. As a wise man once said at a Daytona race. Anthony in 6th. He's probably honestly been about top 4 all day, and he's, even though he was a beneficiary of that last caution, he's dropped back to 6th. Up front, we've got a battle. We've got a battle cooking. It's in the slow cooker right now. Bubble, great corner. Here comes Bubble. Bubble with big momentum to the back of the 48 machine. The 48 wants the highlight. He goes high. Bubble to the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Going into turn number 1. Bubble runs him up the track. Corey Wilson at the wall. He lost his momentum. Contact into turn number 1, and Bubble was not having it. He rides up the track. Corey Wilson on the wall. Bubble's in the lead. Oh, Bubble's slow. What's happened? What's happening here with Bubble? Is he giving the spot back? What is going on? I have no idea what just happened to the 51 machine, but he just lost a ton of time, and now the battle for the lead is between Ford and Corey. Ford looking to the inside right here. PC gets by Bubble. Bubble looks slow. He's on the outside, right ahead of Flicks. Side by side for the lead, though. Corey, momentum on the high side. He's got the lead back. Oh, Bubble gave up a spot, he said. He gave that spot back. He lost a ton of momentum. He gave up a ton more spots than just the lead. Oh, Ford is lagging. Ford is sliding through the infield. Oh, my goodness. Can he save it? He's going down pit lane at about 200 miles an hour. Back up the track, and he's good. Into the wall, but he'll be okay. That one is crazy. He must have been lagging off turn number 4. He had to be. But he lost momentum. Bubble's going to get the second spot back from Ford here. Clear up, and now Bubble can chase back down Corey Wilson once again. That is the goal. That is the lead of the race. That is the win. Looking at Bubble in the face. If Bubble can chase him down, he could look at a win in this race. Anthony Anderson involved in a big group right here. PC on the inside of Ford, who lost momentum after that big lag spike, I believe. And he's in the wall here. Everyone's stacked up. They're all going crazy in the back straightaway. PC gets the worst out of it. He loses spots. Ford holds on to that position. Now, they all lost a lot of time and a lot of speed, but Ford holds position somehow. Now, Anthony to the inside of Flicks. Oh, Anthony bumbling over the pavement right there. Bubble's caught right back up to Corey, though. We've got a battle for the lead on our hands once again. Here he comes to the inside off of 2. Oh, he's forcing him down. They're trying to side draft battle all the way to the bottom of the track. Back up top, Bubble. He has a compromised entry to this corner due to that side draft battle. Corey Wilson could get big momentum back here. Here comes the 48 machine with momentum. To the outside. Late move for Corey Wilson. Does he have something? No, he lost his momentum doing that. Bubbles in the lead. But Corey's looking for something special here. The driver of the 48, the points leader. He went back-to-back in the first 2 races. He's trying to make it a three-peat here in Las Vegas. He just does not have the speed, though. Bubble has the speed. He has the raw pace. He was on pole by a lot. Corey qualified 8th. And Bubble is out of here, man. Bubble's gone. It's probably going to be 7/10 of a second at the line. Let's see it. 9/10 of a second. Bubble's just pulling ahead like crazy. Take a step back. Look at Anthony. He cleared this pack. A couple drivers there. That looks like Kimmy. That looks like Cuts. They're a lap down on fresh tires. They remember they pit right on the restart, or the lap after the restart, as soon as pits were open. But this is a battle for position right here. P3, Ford versus Anthony, and the other lap cars are getting involved. That's Cut with fresh tires, but a lap down. A bit of a door slam there between Cut and Anthony. Still fighting here, side by side, fighting for track position, not for a position on track. It's Cut a lap down, but fresh tires, trying to make something out of what has turned into nothing for him this race. He had great pace at one of those early restarts, but it just died after strategy came into play. Still stuck side by side with Anthony Anderson. Kimmy's going to close in on these two as well. Kimmy's another one of those lap cars. Had to pit. Now Cut looks like he'll be able to get clear of the 2 car. Yes, he will. Cut is clear ahead. And we've probably got about 20 more laps until the final pit stops of the night. Oh, Anthony up into Cut. Trying to defend against Kimmy. It's going to be hard to defend against this. Oh, here comes Cut, looking for it on pole. He does not have it right there. Cut is back up that corner, side by side behind between Kimmy and Anthony. Look at Cut, setting up the late apex, the late momentum, pushing forward down the back straightaway. Cut, the late apex, late momentum. Here he comes. Can he get to that corner panel? Yes, he can. Oh, he's going to spin him. Oh, my goodness. There's contact. Ford keeps it barely. I mean, he barely keeps it. Here comes Anthony taking advantage of that. And Anthony to the outside right here. Oh, contact with Cut. Anthony in the wall. Where does Kimmy go? Kimmy goes past. Who else is coming? No one else has the momentum. Now Kimmy looking for it on Cut. Kimmy has it. That is Kimmy's spot. It is his. Also, Kimmy trying to get past Ford. It's just not happening. These guys are 5 seconds off the lead, 4.5 seconds off the lead. Corey is staying close to Bubble. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Wilson has found some pace. He's staying right there with Bubble the Wonder Boy. And we are about to keep a battle for the lead in play. Here he comes. Here comes Corey Wilson. Diving down low right here in 3 and 4. Can he clear up? He is clear. Corey Wilson retakes the lead here in Las Vegas. We've got just 57 laps to go now. Bubble back to the inside there, running that bottom lane. Looks like he's lost a little bit of pace here, man. Corey Wilson just looks like he's got the pace on him. Earlier it looked like Bubble had the pace. Now it's kind of switched. Bubble running the bottom lane. Corey on the top. Corey with momentum. Bubble's just not using all the track. He's just not throttling up as much as he could be. And Corey Wilson's taking advantage. He's pulling away. Looks like Kimmy and Cut have both cleared forward. They're going to be catching up to these two. They've got fresh tires, even though these two are faster on pace. The fresh tires just are so worth it here. But man, Corey Wilson pulling out ahead of Bubble. Corey Wilson trying to do the three-peat. A second ahead of Bubble. It's another 6 seconds back to the third place car of Flicks. So that means Ford in the pits. Yeah, Ford is already making that pit stop. He's gonna have to do another one. I don't think you can make it that far. That's another 55 laps to go for Ford. Maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea if Ford can make it 55 laps or not, but he may have to do one more pit stop. He should have one set of tires left on the wall there. He should be okay to do one more stop. But it's not ideal at all for Ford. That's kind of no man's land. Especially looking at the likes of Bubble and Corey. If they can make it a lap 160, we're looking at about another 14 laps here. 14 more laps to go for the pit stop, and that should be the money stop, the last pit stop of the night. Anthony fighting with Beast. Beast, who's already made that pit stop. He's going to go to the inside of Anthony here and get that spot done and taken on the inside of the contact of the entry. Anthony did go all the way to the wall. Beast expected him to. That hurts Anthony through this corner because he's stuck closer to the wall than he wants to be. Oh, slider! That's Flicks, who's already caused a wreck earlier. He saves it. No caution. We stay green and all is good, but Flicks with a scary moment. He was running really well. He was in third. He's going to drop down the order now behind Anthony. So yeah, he just lost third place to Anthony Anderson right there in that number 2 car. As he falls back. And now Kimmy, fresh tires coming for Bubble. With big momentum to the inside. He's going to have that spot pretty easily. That's a pretty safe move there for Kimmy. Here's someone else on pit lane back there. Not sure who it is. Really love this back there. Oh, no one's on pit lane now. Comes forward. He's already made a pit stop, trying to catch up to Bubble here. He's obviously one lap down after that pit stop. He's trying to go get his lap back. Same with Kimmy up ahead. Kimmy's first out of that other group who was unlucky and had to pit after the most recent restart. He's trying to go get a lap back here. Now he is going to have one more stop as well. So he's essentially forced him on the same strategy as Corey and Bubble, but one lap down, one lap behind them. So really, really unfortunate there for Kimmy. Like, not what you want to have to do in your race at all. Even then, Corey Wilson is so on the limit, so in tune with that car. He's just flying. keeps good pace even with older tires. Kimmy, now look at the inside. The inside for the number 17 car. That's Kimmy. He's got the grip. He's not clear. He's not clear yet. He's still kind of fighting for it. Corey Wilson's going to clear him back on the outside into one, looks like. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Corey Wilson clear into turn one. Kimmy's got to try again. He's got the better grip, the better tires. Ford is going to be coming up to this group as well. So we're going to have three different tire lengths. Corey on the oldest tires, Kimmy on somewhat fresher tires, and then Ford on like brand new tires. You see him rolling the top right behind Corey. Kimmy is going to clear Corey Wilson right here. Corey Wilson with a big run off the top from Ford. Now he goes to the inside. So really hurting Kimmy here. Ford is going to pass Kimmy for position right there. I believe that is for position. Reset the ticker to look at it. 1.2 seconds between the top two. This is kind of hurting Corey Wilson just a little bit. Ford right up against the wall. How nice was that? Yeah, that was for P6. So Ford has actually passed Kimmy for P6 with that move. And look at this. Kimmy gets the outside of Corey. This is hurting Corey Wilson a lot. Here comes Bubble. Bubble is going to be catching up and battle for the lead as Corey slams on the brakes off the corner. Here comes Bubble. Bubble slams into the back of Kimmy. Someone's in the pits. That's Flicks. So the battle up front now 0.6 of a second after all of that. Look at the gap. It is shrunk. It is super small now, but Kimmy crucially cannot clear Corey Wilson. Here he goes. Now he's got it. And look at the battle behind. Here comes Bubble. He goes one way. He goes back to the outside. Looking for it. Side by side for the lead across the stripe. Oh my goodness. We've only got 44 laps remaining in this race. Coming up to the money stop. They're stuck behind a lap car, and Bubble is clear on the outside. No, we can't clear him. Here comes Corey Wilson. Still there. Clear, driver, you're clear in turn 3. Bubble's the new leader. Corey with momentum right here off of 4. Here comes the 48 machine. Does he go high? Bubble tries to block it. It's too late. Corey Wilson to the outside again. Whoever's in front just gets that dirty air off of Kimmy. It's hard to follow. Bubble's on the apron a little bit there. That's going to cost him some momentum here. Corey wraps around the top side. Fades down a little bit. Corey Wilson retakes the lead. A great battle between these two. Bubble, great speed here. Great speed here for Bubble. Oh, he barely tapped the wall. He barely touched the wall. 4 cars now are on the lead lap since Kimmy has cleared these two. Bubble was about to have a big run to the back of the 48 car, and he just barely tapped the wall on the exit of turn 4. Still grinding away at it though. We are in the window now for one more stop to the end. One more pit stop to the end. If you pit here, I believe you can make it to the end. So, what kind of games are we going to play? What are the games of the drivers going to play? Who undercuts? Who overcuts? Flicks is already pit. Ford is already pit. He's probably going to have to pit again unless he can make it 55 laps somehow. I'd be shocked if he can. Oh, here comes Corey. Over here in the window, and here he comes. Corey Wilson in the pits. Bubble's got to follow him in. I don't think I was playing. Oh my goodness, what a pit entry from Bubble. Is that a race-winning pit entry? Look at that. Corey Wilson in the pits. Bubble's in the pits. Cut goes into the pits right in front of Bubble. Watching the pit stops. When does Corey get out of that pit stop? Is there going to be... There he's out. He's going. Where's Bubble? They're side by side. Oh, he's getting sandwiched. Corey tried to sandwich him into cut. It wasn't working. They're going to exit side by side. This is going to be the battle for the lead. They're behind Ford. Ford has already gone past. Bubble takes the lead away. But we think these guys can go to the end. Ford is probably going to have to make another pit stop. If somehow Ford can save, he's got a whole turn. He's got turns 3 and 4 of a gap to hold over 40 laps, and I don't even think that's likely. But I think Ford is going to have to pit. We got a couple more pit stops here. Pit stop battle right here. Yeah, these guys are only 8 seconds behind. Who is this coming out of the pits? That is... looks like Kimmy. Does look like Kimmy coming out of the pits. It is Kimmy coming out of the pits. We got a battle. Here they come. Here comes Bubble. Bubble looking for it. I think I got confused there on the pit exit. I started calling Corey Bubble. And it's just been so exciting. Kimmy's stuck right in front of Corey Wilson. Here comes Bubble. Here we go. Here we go. And it's turn 1. Corey Wilson on the inside of Kimmy. Bubble setting up the run. On board with Bubble. Bubble setting it up from the high side to the low side. Corey blocks. Bubble's to the middle. Oh, he's going to get picked. He's going to the outside of Kimmy. What a move. What a move from Bubble. He's getting sandwiched though. He's just stuck. He's just completely stuck right there. There's nowhere for him to go. 37 laps to go. Bubble trying to find a way through. Bubble with another great run off of 2. They're catching Ford very quickly as well. Bubble backing up the corner a little bit. Falling right in the wheel tracks of that 48 car of Corey Wilson. Lower on exit. Corey has to lift. Bubble, look at the outside. Is that a place to go for a move? Oh, he's getting sandwiched up in a safer barrier. Oh, he had to lift out of it. He lost a lot of speed right there. 36 laps to go up front. And Bubble lost a lot of momentum after that front straightaway shenanigans between the 51 and the number 48. Now he's gonna have to regain his composure, Bubble. Bubble's just gotta get back into that rhythm. He's got 35 more laps. He's got time. He can go get them. They're 5.5 seconds back from Ford. Even if Ford can make it, I think they're going to get there. I don't think Ford can make it, but even if he can, they'll get there. Flick's running P4. Great run for him. PC and P5. Anthony's going to be in a battle with them. Yeah, Anthony right on the back of PC. Beast is a lap down. Yeah, Beast 1 lap down. He's side by side with Flicks, but that is not for position. This is for position. Anthony and PC right here. Jumping back up, keeping an eye on the front. Man, Kimmy just doesn't have enough pace to just pull way out ahead of these guys. And they're stuck in the dirty air. They're kind of limited by the pace of Kimmy. They're reliant on Kimmy to go up there and challenge Ford. Bubble really sitting on the inside right there. Trying to find some clean air on the nose of that 51 machine. He's starting to reel him back in. He's starting to reel back in the 48 car. He's not too far ahead of him now. Running lower. He's running that low lane. Kimmy's up top. Corey's up top. Bubble wants clean air. He's going to the bottom to find it. And he's not doing bad either. He's got pretty good momentum down there. This time he's high. This time he's running a little bit high. Still lower than the cars ahead of him, but still high. Oh, and look at the momentum. Here he comes. That's what he needed. That was the corner he needed. Here we go then. Up to the back of Corey Wilson, giving him the bumper. down into turn number 1. Nose to tail. For the provisional lead of the race. Right on his bumper, Bubble and Corey Wilson all over each other right here. Bubble's gonna back up this corner right here, looking for some clean air, a lower line. Corey Wilson with great momentum though. He's gonna pull ahead just a little bit right here. He might actually get up to Kimmy and pass Kimmy back. Man, these guys have like equal pace with Kimmy with fresher tires. It's making it really tough on them to fight when they're stuck sending picks with Kimmy. Look at this, look at this. Kimmy taking away the exit for Corey. Where can Bubble go? He's gonna push the 17. No, he backs out of it. Now he pushes. We're door to door banging here. 3 and 4, Bubble stuck on the high side. Kimmy up the track. Bubble has to lift out of it. He's got to turn down left. Not ideal for Bubble. He lost a little bit of momentum there. Now that Corey's cleared Kimmy, Bubble has to clear Kimmy right away, as soon as possible. He's got to get past him and he's got to get up there to Corey. Kimmy lets him go. They're good friends. Kimmy's let Bubble go. Now they're on the back of Ford. This is another one that's going to be tough to battle around. 30 laps to go here from Las Vegas. Ford, he's up into the wall, is he? No, he's good. But he slices down. Oh my goodness. Tight with Bubble. Kimmy pushes Bubble. Ford gets out of the way, kind of. Now Bubble's clear. Now we've got the battle for the lead with 29 laps to go. Kimmy pushing Bubble right here. Giving him a little bit of help on the straightaways. Keeping it tight. Bubble running the bottom, sending it on the bottom. Well, look at the run he gets right there. Up the track. Not doing too bad, man. He's not doing too bad right there with that line. Kimmy's gonna come down the straightaway, gives him another push. He's not losing too much on the straights because Kimmy's pushing him, and he can send it on the bottom. Oh, now he's in the middle. Here he comes. Look at the run. Corey's high and wide. Corey stayed off the wall, but it is tight, man. It is tight between these two. What a race we have in our hands. Now the send line at 3 and 4. Bubble's been making it work all day to the inside of Corey Wilson. Gonna use him up here. Oh, barely clear for Corey Wilson. He chops off the nose of Bubble. Back down and clear in the lead. 27 to go. This is it. No more pit stops. No more fooling around. Just 1v1 the rest of the race. Bubble is all over him. Looking back from Corey Wilson here. There's that send line for Bubble. He's on the inside. Somehow he just was able to make that inside lane work there. He's got to lift out late though. And Corey Wilson clear again. Great battle right here. This is what we'd hoped for. Corey Wilson won the first 2 races. He's been lightning fast. Bubble came into this weekend with unprecedented pace. Just insane. Had a great IndyCar race earlier today. Brought home P2. Arguably the fastest car at the end of that race. Now here he is fighting for the win in Bubble's Cup. A championship he's won twice. Season 1 champion. Season 2 champion. These two have been going at it for a long time. Bubble's still working that bottom lane. He's still trying to find something down there. They're catching up to Dim here. They're going to be getting to that dirty air. It's going to be crucial to look at what line Dim is running. Dim is running low. So Bubble could be starting to get Dim's dirty air. That is rough for Bubble because he's got to avoid Corey, but now he's going to start catching up to the lapped car of Dim. And you see how it hurts his momentum on the straightaways. Kimmy gains and he falls back from Corey Wilson. So it's a tough balancing act for Bubble to have to play here. Again, running the bottom here in 1 and 2. Good exit though. Bubble's really good about running the bottom, getting a big exit. But man, Corey Wilson close to the wall. Oh my goodness. Just super impressive. these drivers put it on the line in Roblox. Here he comes. Here comes Bubble. Good run here. Good momentum here. Again, the high side run. It's just unmatched. Bubble was better that lap, but still, it's going to be hard to get Corey Wilson. He's not going to give up that outside lane. Corey Wilson's always just going to roll the top. You're going to have to figure something out. Here's another good run for Bubble. All the way to the side of him. Big contact. Corey Wilson is not happy about that. He's running him down the track. Down into 3. Bubble runs it back up the track. They're door banging. It's getting ferocious. Bubble's deep. Here comes Corey Wilson. Back to the inside. The switchback crossover. Clear up. He does a big time move. Bubbles back to the inside. More contact. Oh, Corey Wilson blocking. They're on the black stuff. Bubble gets caught in the grass. Corey Wilson keeps the lead somehow. Now Bubble back to the bottom. He's going to try to get it. He's using the apron line. Using the apron line to rotate the car. Corey Wilson clear out in front. Kimmy's keeping Bubble in the fight here. Kimmy running the high line behind. I said that lap car might play a factor. He definitely is, because Bubble gets bad momentum and then Kimmy's there to push him. Here we go again. Side by side. Good momentum for Corey this time. Oh, Bubble pushes him up. Tried to get a push out of Kimmy. Corey is clear. Now Kimmy's side by side with Bubble. Now Bubble's at a disadvantage because of Kimmy. What a tricky spot to be in. All of these drivers are in a tricky spot right now. And they're still all catching up to Dim. Bubble, good run here for Bubble. Looking for it, looking for the inside lane. Corey's trying to block Bubble in the grass again. Here we go though. Bubble's there, side by side, even into 1. Bubble trying to get that late apex. Can he pull alongside? He does not have the momentum. Look, Corey Wilson, oh my goodness, he chopped down across the nose aggressively off the 2. And that killed Bubble's momentum. We've seen it come to blows with these two before. I'm thinking about Season 2 Phoenix. Another race which had a great finish with tire sets. I saw these two with Bubble taking out Corey Wilson. Now here at the end of this race, a race which Bubble looks like he's poised to win, just on pace. Now trying to fight with Corey Wilson. Two of the best that have ever done it. Fighting for the win here in Bubbles Cup. They named something more iconic than that. Bubbles Cup under the lights Saturday night. Here comes Bubble. Oh, he's trying to turn him. Bubble coming back up into Corey. Bubble trying to clear. He's not clear. He has to lift out of it big time. Corey Wilson's way ahead now after that. That was not good for Bubble. Look at the momentum he lost. Kimmy pushing him, but it's just, he still lost a ton. Bubble sending it on the inside again, now in the middle lane. Kimmy's kind of playing rear gunner right now. Rear gunner for Bubble, giving him pushing. Bubble on the apron again. Trying to find momentum down there. He's doing a pretty good job of it. He's staying about as close as he's ever been. Spread out just a little bit. Corey Wilson's found a little bit of pace. He's found a little bit of something up there in the lead. Looking at it now. Almost 6/10. Bubble. He moving lines now. It's like top 5 are still in the lead lap. Here comes Bubble. Bubble with momentum this time. He's got something for him. Here he comes. Look at the inside. Here he comes. Oh, he's there. He's there on the inside. 1 and 2. We've seen this play out a million times this race. Bubble on the inside. He just doesn't have the momentum. Corey Wilson clears him back down the straightaway. He's got to find something different, man. I don't know what he's got to do. He's got to get momentum off the corner right on him. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity. Throttle up. Throttle up off the corner. It is close right there off of 4. Corey with momentum, though. There's 2 tenths between the two. Bubble again. Rolling the bottom. Coming up the track. Good speed there for Bubble. That was great. When he doesn't have to worry about clearing Corey, he can actually keep really good momentum on the bottom. And that's the trouble with passing. Corey is comfy on the top to keep the momentum up. Bubble has to work his way around somehow. Does he use him up here? Oh, all over the back of him. I do not understand how Bubble gets such a big run off the bottom of the corner, but he is right there. Bubble looking for it. Trying to make something special happen. Back to the inside again. Trying to get that late apex. Oh, Corey's a little rough here. Bubble with big momentum. Corey comes down the track and door slams Bubble. Bubble slams him back. Not happy with each other after that. We're winding down. Nerves are about to get higher. They're rapidly catching dim. Corey might be in the wall. No, he's not. But Bubble with momentum. This is the best chance he's had. Oh, they're just door banging over and over again. Bubble leads at the stripe. Here goes Bubble. Can he clear him this time? He's gonna send it. Bubble on the bottom. No, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. He's gonna clear up anyways. No. Oh, they're good. They're good. They're door slamming again. Bubble just he's turning right into Corey, and Corey keeps coming down on the exits. Bubble again to the inside. Bubble's gonna start throttling up into the quarter panel of Corey right here. Yep, but they're clean. They're clean. They're clean. Bubble trying to stay there. He can't. Corey Wilson clear. 11 laps to go. Corey Wilson now on the bottom. He changed up that line. That looks like a mistake from the 48. Where's Bubble? Oh my gosh. Bubble has such a big speed advantage. He slams into the back of him. Oh my goodness. Corey Wilson went to the bottom and it was a mistake, and Bubble couldn't capitalize. He just pushed him. Now he's back to the inside. Dim is definitely playing a part now. Look, he's right there. Flicks is up there. Side by side off of 2. More contact. Now here goes Bubble, sending it on the inside. Oh, it's going for the slide top. Can he slow it down in time? Corey's up the track. They're both slow. Corey has to lift. Oh, Kimmy pushed Bubble. Bubble's in the lead because Kimmy pushed him. And now Kimmy's between Bubble and Corey with 9 to go. Was that it? Was that the move to win the race? PC exiting the pits, I believe, right in front of this group. Bubble goes low here. Compromised his entry really bad. Kimmy's gonna clear him. Kimmy's gonna pass him right here. Oh, Kimmy and Bubble are door banging. Whoa! Bubble just slammed into Kimmy. What are they doing? Bubble, you're throwing away the win. Here comes Corey Wilson. Bubble and Kimmy, what are they doing? Corey Wilson on the outside. Bubble's clear though, barely. Nose to tail once again. He had some silliness here at the end of this race. Lap cars playing a part. There's 3 lap cars ahead of our leaders. Flicks comes down right in front of Bubble. Not good at all. Oh, but Flicks is going to trap Corey. Corey's completely trapped. We're going 4 wide. We're going 4 wide here on the front straightaway. Bubble loses the lead in a 4 wide move. Now Flicks is just in the way. Corey going side by side with Kimmy right here. Bubble needs to try to catch up to this group, but he's right there though. They're door banging. Kimmy's stuck to his door. Bubble's sitting it on the inside. He's full sitting it in there, Corey and Kimmy. Oh, that's just gonna kill his momentum though. Corey's just gonna pull back away. Actually, he didn't pull away that much. But they're clear of Kimmy. They're clear of Flicks. 6 laps to go. We're running out of time. You're running out of time to do the silly stuff. Dim is still out there ahead of you. PC is still out there ahead of you. Those two are starting to fight. Bubble's pushing here. Bubble's pushing really hard. Bubble higher on the track, holding momentum. Lifted out of it a little bit. Doing everything he can to keep that 48 Lowe's car in sight. 5.6 tenths of a second. Bubble's really high right here. He's got to get that car turned back down to the low side. PC is slow up ahead. Wait, that's not good for Corey Wilson. Now it might not be good for Bubble. PC gets out of the way. PC, one of the first lap cars we've seen to actually get out of the way. Bubble, good speed there off the corner. Good speed for Bubble. Big momentum here on the front straightaway. What is it this time? 5 tenths even. He gained just over half a tenth that lap. 4 laps to go for Bubble. He's right there. Hole in that bottom. Dim could be playing a part here. PC has a flat tire. PC has a flat tire. With 4 laps to go, PC a flat tire off of turn 2. There's been a battle for the lead. Can he nurse it back to the pits? We gotta try to keep an eye on both at the same time. Bubble with momentum. Someone else is in the pits. That's cut. They're both catching Dim quickly. 3 tenths between the top 2. 3 laps to go. Bubble running high, trying to find some momentum up there. Oh, he's setting up for a big exit. He's setting up for a big exit. Rolling the top. He's close. Where is PC? Did PC make it a pit road? We're coming to 2 to go. Oh! Corey, go to the outside of Dim. Dim is getting in the way here. PC did make it to pit road. Dim in the way. Dim in the way. Here comes Bubble. Here comes Bubble. Bubble with the run to the inside. They get pushed into the grass. 2 laps to go from Las Vegas. Side by side into one. Bubble trying to get it on the bottom. Corey Wilson with momentum up the track. Door banging down the back. Dim is making a move on the leaders. What are you doing? There's 2 to go, Dim. Dim is sitting out on the bottom. What are we doing? He's just landed in front of Corey Wilson. Coming to the white flag. White flag is out one more time. Corey Wilson ahead of Bubble. Last lap here from Las Vegas. Is there anything Bubble can do? Here he comes. This is a good chance. Can he get there? He's going to get to the inside. He's to the inside. He's there. He's there. No, he's not. Here he comes. Dim is in the way. Corey's going to enter on the bottom. Bubble's setting up on the top. One more corner. Bubble's going to have momentum. Bubble's going to have momentum. No, Bubble sucks. Bubble sucks, and Corey Wilson wins the Las Vegas race here, and he does a 3-peat. Corey Wilson pulls out the win. And Bubble already left the race. He's not happy. I already know he's not happy. Corey Wilson, your winner. Ford goes to bump him. Kimmy's coming over here to congratulate him. That is rough. This commentator, bro. Dim So many lapped cars getting involved in the end of the race. Dim full sending the leaders. What are we doing? Corey Wilson, your winner. He's gonna go with the three-peat. I cannot believe that. I absolutely cannot believe that. Bubble's already out of VC. We're gonna jump into the driver VC and hear what they have to say.
My second set, but I would have won.
Oh my god.
Oh
Corey
my God.
Wilson comes away the winner. How do you feel after that? Lapped cars playing in the game. Lapped cars part of the game. How do you feel, Corey?
Tired. Very, very, very tired.
You're gonna be testing tonight for
Very
F1.
tired.
Is there testing tonight for F1?
Wait, hold on, Cloney, hold on.
Is there testing tonight for F1? Great question for the stream, guys. What do we think? Is there testing tonight for F1?
There could be.
I don't know why he would ask that. He's crazy. Hi, fan.
No, the better question is there Porsche Cup testing?
No, the better question is, Corey, how do you feel about three-peat?
We did it. We did it. I did it. I did it with the help of my PC fell asleep.
Yeah, shut that shit up, bro.
All right.
And
Come
we're
on, man.
streaming.
Yeah, not
Yo,
me-
come on, yo, that girl
Oh,
is
the
streaming,
kid.
bro. Come on,
Not me
bro.
coaching the last 100.
All right, that's gonna do it for them. We're never gonna talk to them ever again. What a race, though! Great night of racing. Corey Wilson gets the win. One of the craziest races I've ever been able to commentate on, ever. Just insanity. Can't wait to go back and watch this one again. That is going to conclude our coverage for the second round of Season 5 of the Bubbles Cup Championship here in Las Vegas, though. As always, this coverage is brought to you by BuilderBrain, the cutting-edge AI study tool. Head over to builderbrain.ai to ace your classes and win back your weekend. And then make sure to tune in next Friday. We'll be at about 9:45 p.m. Eastern again. Sorry, next Saturday, likely. These slots have moved to Saturday nights. 9:45 p.m. Eastern for the fourth race of this thrilling championship. Farewell and good night.